Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if any of you have heard, but they are trying to push out billions of dollars in aid to help families that are behind on rent. So, I just found this article on NPR. This is March 9th, 2021. I'm going to go ahead and play the audio to this.
The $1.9 trillion COVID relief package poised to become law this week sets aside more than $20 billion in new rental assistance to keep people housed during the pandemic. That's on top of another $25 billion approved last December. States are only just starting to get that first round of money out, and it's run into some glitches, as NPR's Pam Fessler reports.
If there's one thing tenants and landlords agree on during this pandemic, it's that emergency rental assistance is sorely needed. Millions of Americans have been unable to pay their rent for months, and landlords who have their own bills to pay are also hurting.
We think really this is a positive step in the right direction for our landlords and our renters. So we are over the moon excited that they finally gave rental assistance.
Tammy Esponge runs the Apartment Association of New Orleans and Louisiana. She recently surveyed her members, who reported they had at least $1 million in unpaid rent over the past year.
Part of this program is paying arrears. On that survey, we asked, how long has someone not paid? You heard anywhere from 3 to 12 months they have not paid rent.
So her group has been watching closely as Louisiana and its parishes start to roll out their emergency rental aid programs. Congress left many details up to local communities, so there's been some confusion and delay. Landlords want to make sure there aren't too many restrictions, while tenant advocates are pressing to make sure those who need help can actually get it. Andronika Morris is executive director of Housing NOLA, a nonprofit group that promotes affordable housing. She's worried about simple logistics.
You're saying to someone whose landlord is about to evict them because they haven't paid in 3, 4, 6, 12 months, do you think that person has consistent access to internet? You think that they have a computer to fill out an application. You think that they have access to a phone.
Some programs, but not all, provide application help and options for tenants. Some forms are simple, others are not, and the amount of aid is inconsistent. Some communities cover up to 12 months in back rent. Others cover less. Morris says one problem is that Congress distributed funds based on a state's overall population, not on the number of tenants they have.
It is a lot of money, but it's not enough, is the issue. And here in Louisiana, we're getting a little over $500 per renter.
While Wyoming is getting the equivalent of almost $3,000 per renter. Figuring out how to distribute these limited funds is a challenge. It's unclear still how people living in motels or mobile homes will be treated, or if undocumented immigrants are eligible. Some landlords are reluctant to participate in the program because it limits their ability to evict a tenant. Their refusal to accept the aid is a problem for renters like Catherine Patterson, a single mother with a 3-year-old son in Kenner, Louisiana.
I have until the end of the month to get out, so I'm looking for a new place right now. So I don't know how that's going to work. And I love you too, baby.
Patterson lost her job as a banquet server in the New Orleans Convention Center last March. Initially, her landlord tried to help, letting her do maintenance work to offset what she owed. But the property was sold, and the new owners want the full rent, $895 a month.
They don't want partial payments. And now that my lease is coming up, they say that they don't have any legal obligation to renew my lease, and so they won't even accept any kind of money right now.
Even though Jefferson Parish agreed to cover her rent. Tammy Esponge of the Apartment Association called Patterson's case unfortunate. She says most landlords want to participate and notes that if they don't, tenants can still apply directly for aid. That's true, but it's not clear yet whether they'll get it or what they can do if they have no place to live. It's one of many questions communities are still trying to work out so they can get the first wave of money out the door before the next wave arrives. Pam Fessler, NPR News.
Live from NPR News, I'm Jack Spear. Okay. Lawmakers are signaling President...
Okay, so we know in the stimulus package there is money for assistance, but they're right. If you are 5 months, 6 months, 10 months, 12 months behind on rent, what is $500 going to do for you? I think a lot of times these politicians are so unreasonable because they are out of touch. See, they didn't lose their livelihood during the pandemic. They're still working, although they don't do hardly no work. They're work a few hours a day and take these long recesses for 2 weeks. If you want to call that work, nothing happened to their employment. For them to offer just $500 for people on back rent, especially if you've been out of work during 2020 and through 2021 so far, what good is that going to do? That's not going to do any good. People need real money, you know? And as far as the stimulus, they are just wasting too much time. Whatever they need to do is just to set an amount and get that amount to people every month as long as the pandemic is going on. All of this stimulus package crap is for the birds. It really is. People need help every single month. Get some money to the public every month. That's the only way this can work. This crap about opening everything up, this ain't gonna last at all. It ain't gonna last. You're doing something in the short term, and then people are going to be butt sore again because they're going back on a lockdown, or they're going to have to close the business because the COVID is spreading badly. We already seen that. We saw that last year with restaurants and the schools. We already seen it. So all you're doing is playing out the same crap again in 2021. That's not a solution. But as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, these people that are in charge and running things and claim to have high IQs and know everything, you notice how badly they're doing during COVID? Look how bad they're doing. $500. Wow. Well, everybody, please let me know what you think. What an insult. As usual, America, you fall short. You don't stand by your people at all. Not at all. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.